Lucas had been mopping the same corridor on Station Kepler 442 for 3 years. The pay was decent, the work was honest, and nobody bothered him. He preferred it that way. After the war, after everything humanity had survived, he wanted simple, predictable, safe. The storage closet on Deck 7 was his sanctuary. Between the smell of industrial cleaner and the hum of recycled air, he found peace. That peace shattered the moment she stumbled through the door. She was tall, impossibly tall, with skin that shimmered like mother of pearl under the dim lighting. Her eyes, large and opalescent, stared at nothing. She wore robes that marked her as Velkari nobility, though they were torn and stained with something dark. "Please," she whispered in accented standard. "Hide me." Lucas should have called security. Should have followed protocol. Instead, he pulled her inside and locked the door. "Who's after you?" he asked, reaching for his mop bucket as if it might serve as a weapon. "The consortium." Her voice trembled. "They killed my guards. My father. He signed the treaty, but they want to ensure I never testify about what I saw." Lucas knew about the consortium. Everyone did. They were the reason humanity had nearly been wiped out 20 years ago. Now they wore diplomatic masks and sat in council chambers pretending the genocide had been a misunderstanding. "You're Princess Susan," he said, recognition dawning, "the one who speaks for peace." She turned her head toward his voice, and he realized with a start that her beautiful eyes saw nothing at all. "I was. Now I'm simply someone who knows too much." The station shuddered. Plasma fire. They were shooting inside the station. "We need to move," Lucas said, his old instincts kicking in. The janitor fell away and the soldier emerged. "Can you run?" "If you guide me." He grabbed her hand, cool, smooth, with too many fingers, and pulled her into the maintenance tunnels. These passages were his domain. Every junction, every crawl space, every shortcut that avoided the main corridors. He'd mapped them all during his endless cleaning shifts. Behind them, footsteps echoed. Heavy boots. Military-grade equipment. "Human," Susan said as they hurried through the darkness. "Why are you helping me?" "Because someone should have helped us when we needed it," Lucas replied. "Besides, I'm pretty sure letting a princess die in my closet would violate station regulations." Despite everything, she laughed. It was a beautiful sound, like crystal chimes. They emerged in the old hydroponics bay, abandoned after the station upgrade. Lucas sealed the door and began stacking equipment against it. It wouldn't hold long, but it might buy them minutes. "There's an emergency shuttle in Bay 12, he said. "If I can get you there, they'll have it guarded. They'll have everything guarded." Susan sank against the wall, and for the first time he saw her composure crack. "I should have died with my guards. At least then it would be over." "Hey." Lucas knelt beside her. "That's not how humans do things. We don't give up. Ever. That's what makes the rest of the galaxy nervous." She tilted her head, those unseeing eyes somehow finding his face. "They say humans are dangerous. That your species should never have been allowed to join the galactic community." "They're right." Lucas smiled grimly. "We're the species that looked at extinction and said, 'Not today.' We rebuilt from ashes. We turned mining colonies into cities and survival into an art form. So yeah, we're dangerous. Especially when someone threatens what we protect." The door groaned under assault. Plasma cutters. They had minutes at most. Lucas pulled out his communicator. The old military-grade one he'd kept from his service days. The one with encryption the consortium didn't know humans possessed. "This is Echo 79er to any human vessel in range. Priority Alpha. Royal asset requires immediate extraction. Station Kepler 442, Hydroponics Bay. I'm painting the target now. Static. Then, Echo 79er, this is the cargo hauler Indomitable. We read you. ETA 4 minutes. Can you hold?" Lucas looked at the door, at the equipment he'd stacked, at the woman who represented everything the galaxy feared humanity might become. Compassionate, principled, dangerous to tyrants. "We'll hold," he said. He grabbed pipes, tools, anything he could weaponize. The door burst open. Consortium soldiers poured in, 6 of them, armed with enough firepower to level the bay. Lucas threw the first wrench. What followed wasn't elegant. It wasn't like the combat vids. It was brutal, desperate, and close quarters. Lucas used everything. His knowledge of the terrain, his human endurance, his species' terrifying refusal to quit. He took hits that would have dropped most species. He kept moving. One soldier got past him. Lucas saw him raising his weapon toward Susan. He didn't think. He just moved. The plasma bolt took him in the shoulder instead of her chest. The pain was blinding, but he'd been trained to fight through worse. He tackled the soldier and they went down hard. The wall exploded inward. The Indomitable hadn't docked. They'd breached. Human Marines poured through and suddenly the consortium soldiers were retreating. Lucas slumped against the wall, the adrenaline fading. Susan was beside him immediately, her many-fingered hands finding his face, his wound. "You're injured. You fool, you beautiful human fool." "Just doing my job," Lucas managed. "Keeping the station clean. Can't have dead princesses cluttering up my closets." She laughed and cried at the same time. Later in the medical bay as the Indomitable jumped to friendly space, Susan held his hand. "Lucas the janitor. You started a diplomatic incident." "Yeah, well." He grinned through the pain medication. "Someone's got to keep you nobility types honest. The consortium will face justice now. My testimony will reach the council. Because of you. Because of us," Lucas corrected. "You chose to trust a human. That took courage, too." She leaned down and pressed her forehead to his, a Velkari gesture of deepest respect. "They say humans are dangerous. They have no idea how right they are." Lucas squeezed her hand. "We prefer determined." Outside the viewport, stars streamed past, and somewhere in the galaxy, tyrants were learning an old human lesson. Underestimate the janitor at your own peril.